Fourth, you and I both know, again, in our respective roles, that you cannot get people to work, goods to market, unless you have the infrastructure to make it work. One piece of the infrastructure is education. The other way is our highways, our freeways, our bridges, our ferries. Bill Gates has a comment in which he talks about competition. And he says, if you want to succeed, you need to out-educate, out-recruit the talent, and out-invest in infrastructure than all the other guys. And I think we must do exactly that. We have to out-educate, we have to out-recruit our good businesses and the talent to the state, and we also have to out-invest in infrastructure. So that means we have to step up to a lagging problem in our state with regard to maintenance and operation of our infrastructure. When we build our roads, our bridges, our freeways, our ferries, they don't just take care of themselves any more than an automobile does. Yet, when we passed the 9.5-cent gas tax, confirmed by the voters in 2005, there was nothing in there for maintenance and operation. Nothing. Nothing for locals, nothing for the state. And at the end of the day, all that infrastructure investment will not survive if we don't make sure we invest in maintenance and operation. We are now facing a $1.6 billion shortfall over the next 10 years for the state alone. $1.7 billion shortfall for maintenance and operation for cities alone. $1.3 billion for ferries. If we do not keep our system of ferries up, we are not going to have the best fleet in America like what we have today. We're going to cut runs, we're going to cut routes, we're going to reduce services. So we need to make sure that we're willing to step up to that investment. So I have proposed a $3.6 billion package over 10 years to create 5,500 jobs a year and to invest in our infrastructure in our state. It has some small fee increases, and it also has a $1.50 fee on a barrel of oil produced in Washington state. It will provide money to our cities to fill potholes, to repair roads, to update bridges, and to keep buses running. It will give you the option to raise additional monies if you need to for M&O or for transit. And those options will be available to you to make sure that you have your needs met. Now, I want you to know, I know you have potholes to fill. Why do I know this? Because when you don't fill them, I get the calls. And they tell me, why am I not filling their potholes? So when I have problems on my highways, I bet you get the calls. How come you're not doing it? So we're in this one absolutely together. So I've proposed that with a $15 passenger vehicle fee, we give $310 million to cities and counties over the next 10 years, $150 million in addition for transit. Then we have also offered up that you could have all the counties get an MVET on condition that all the cities in the jurisdiction get $20 each per vehicle for use of maintenance and operation or transportation infrastructure, however that will meet the needs of the local government. Or you can create a transportation benefit district to assess a vehicle license fee. What we're trying to do is not be prescriptive, but give you options that you can look at that meet your needs at an individual level. You are not all the same, and you have different needs and different cultures, and we're trying to identify that and give you options. We simply cannot wait till roads, bridges, ferries are falling apart to fix them. We can't kick the can down the road. We've been doing that far too much. We have bailed out, sorry for the pun, the ferry system by borrowing from the highway system, and now it has no money. So it's time, as distasteful as it may seem. And so I'm asking you to lend your voice to you need help on maintenance and operation. You need choices. Please emphasize that. And so you need to be able to fix your roads, your highways, your bridges, and make sure your buses are running in your local areas. We're in this one together, and I'm asking for your help. This summer, I convened Connecting Washington. It was a group of about 30 people from all across the state to look at transportation. They came forward with a $21 billion recommendation. About 10 of it was for maintenance and operation. The rest of it was for new construction, new infrastructure, but it was all based on economic corridors. This was the new vision of Connecting Washington. Don't just invest on 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 or 50 projects. Look at economic corridors. When we did, let me give you an example of what rises to the top. The Columbia River crossing that connects Washington and Oregon. The North-South Freeway over in Spokane. Snoqualmie Pass. Route 167 between Tacoma and Puyallup. The 40-mile I-405 corridor. A new 144-car ferry. I-5 at Joint Base Lewis-McChord. All of those are economic corridors and more, but there's an example. So let me give you a clear understanding of what I mean by an economic corridor. Take, for example, Columbia River crossing. That bridge supports $40 billion, $40 billion in commerce per year, 130,000 jobs between Oregon and Washington are reliant on that bridge. It's warehouse jobs, it's distribution centers, it's at the Port of Vancouver and the Port of Portland. Yet, the northbound part of that bridge was built in 1917 for horse and buggy, and it has not been upgraded since. It is long overdue, and it is the possessor of the last stoplight on I-5 on the West Coast. Time for a change. Snoqualmie Pass. It's the only direct route for our products from eastern Washington to our ports, and obviously it's ports to eastern Washington and beyond as well. It's $80 billion in cargo each year. When that thing shuts down, whether you're from Spokane or whatever, we stop commerce in our state in a very dramatic way. We've got to make sure that that infrastructure is there. So it's time for all of us to have that serious discussion. I didn't make a recommendation we go forward this legislative session on these projects. It's on the horizon. We need to have a collective, good conversation about it, decide what we need to do, come together and make it happen. But I do know one thing that cannot wait, and that's maintenance and operation. So again, I'm asking for your help. So let me leave you, because I want to take your questions with a thought. I talked earlier about potholes. You got a pothole, I hear about it, okay? I cut a service like public safety, I bet you hear about it. The fact of the matter is, your constituents do not see it as city, county, state. We're all government, we're all one. That's why I'm here, to say we need to work together, because the people that we serve are the same people. And how they view government is the same whether it's city, county, state. So I want to be a good partner for you, because we're in the trenches on this thing together. We're gonna come out, we're gonna survive. We're going, in fact, to recover better than any other state. Take a look at the data, it will show you that. We will continue to be the great state of Washington because of the terrific leadership that you provide. Thank you for letting me join you today.